Winners bracket action, field 1, Demarini Linedrive. Just getting underway. DW is going to pop by this ball game for some insight and analysis.
Lock in, Matty. Come on now, kid. Make sure we get one. Make sure we get one.
One on, nobody out.
That a boy, that a boy. Slow him down. Slow him down. That a boy, let's go. That a boy. That a boy. See, that a boy. Hey, come on, good hitter. Come on, good hitter. Don't be a miss here.
Popped up. Out to left.
Thank you, sir.
Out number 1, Matt Rear retired. Just getting lineups up here in the booth, so we apologize and appreciate your patience at home. So Matt Rear retired. Corey Large gets aboard with a single. Shannon Green now is the hitter.
Dashing on. Rise up! Nice job.
There's a home run for Linedrive.
Heard about the ESPN on everything? No. Whatever you want to do. Go, country!
Grounded short. And Adam Rockoff over to first for the second out.
Come on, Fergie. Come on, baby. Not bud. Come on, Fergie. Anything you want. Swing hard. Fergie. Let's go. Right. Got it, baby. Hey, good eyes, 1-4. Good eyes.
Lifted out to right. It's caught by Hammond. And the side retired, so we'll see Demarini come to the plate for the bottom of the first after this.
Yeah, that's out.
Chris Wilson will lead off the inning for Demarini. DW will be on his way to our broadcast booth a little later. As you see Wilson digging in.
Come on, Billy. Here, let's go, Billy. Come on, D. Come on, Janet. Watch it. Watch it, Maddie. Watch it. Right. The pitch. Right. Go. Work.
So Chris Wilson is retired. Nothing, and I'd like to welcome to the broadcast DW. Glad to have you with us, Steve.
Glad to be here. Looks like we got Linedrive and Demarini batting, and a long home run. Rockoff.
Yep, Adam Rockoff with a long home run. What have you thought about the tournament so far, DW?
Parity. Over here on our left, we have Shop playing Taija, the two teams I picked to be in the finals.
Yeah.
And the losers bracket. That's a good thing, I guess. But looks like Chris Larson batting. Demarini, one of the favored teams. Actually the #1 seed for the tournament. Playing here against Linedrive.
Almost like a half swing there.
That's the West Coast chop, is what I call it. He's from Seattle, so he's learned that from his California buddies.
Yeah.
How to just flick it down the right field line. You don't see that in the East, where we hit like men, east of the Mississippi.
How do you like the West Coast chop?
I don't. It should be illegal. They didn't take a full swing.
Go back to you, Junior!
Well, that didn't go anywhere. Fly out to right field. So 2-1 Linedrive. What inning we in? Oh, you guys don't display the inning, or do you?
Yeah, we're on the bottom of the first.
Okay. That's actually a pretty good view.
That's the dock cam.
Looking at his rear.
We were told that the female viewership was down, so we were trying to get the numbers up a little bit.
That could help. We'll have to take a poll on Old Scout, see if it works.
Or softballcenter.com. That's where all the magic is now, right?
The two sites are about equal. A lot of people get their information from both.
Southern luck.
Terry Baggs bouncing up the middle.
We've seen so far in this tournament, the scoring maybe hasn't been as high as we've seen in the past.
Right.
Just really good defense. You think it's the ballpark we're in?
I think it's
everything.
The ballpark, I think, intimidates these guys a little bit, just with the extra 25 feet that they're not used to playing necessarily. Plus the humidity affects the core of the ball. Rain. Humidity and heat that to the scores. But there's some lack of performance too, no question, when Taija scores 4 runs.
And 3 of the 4 happened in the last inning.
Didn't they? Yeah.
But overall, I think that you take a look at, this is probably one of your favorite times of the year. You're headed into the championship season, first with the A World Series and the B, and of course the conference championship and then the men's major. It's been a really, really good year overall for the sport.
Right, some great parity this year. Early on, we had 8 different winners, I think, in the first 10 tournaments. And then Rismondo got their injured pitcher back, Andy Purcell, and he kind of led them to a bunch of victories here in the second half of the season. But the rest of the conference has been, you know, good competition. Probably the best in its history.
Charlie Anderson pops up. 1 out. So Anderson flies out to center field, and here's the center fielder for Linedrive.
Ryan Parfit. They picked him up about a month ago. Used to play with Darkside.
What was the best tournament that you saw this year so far?
Wow, I mean, believe it or not, it's probably the first one, the Hall of Fame Classic. When we had so many upsets and so many new teams doing well. Parfit with a base hit there. In my tournament preview, I put an interesting stat in there. The last 10 or 11, I think it's 11 now, A World Series winners had twice as many wins during the season against A teams as they did losses.
Wow.
And this year, there's only 2 teams that fit the bill. That's Dirty Demarini and R&M, and both are still in the winner's bracket, so could hold true again. Looks like a home run by Dan Hall, maybe?
Yeah, by Dan Hall, the right fielder.
2-run shot. Makes it 4-2.
4-2, yeah.
It's like Thomas Luna batting.
Bottom of the lineup here for Linedrive. Obviously, rain playing a little bit of a role in the games today, but that's one of the positives of this format of having 4 fields in such a tight area. Rick Robertson's able to get everything back on track pretty quickly.
Right, looks like they've opened up field 4 for games. So your bracket at home may or may not be updated on fields and times. But we do have the cameras rolling on 3 of the fields, so.
Yeah, pretty impressive. The site that you're doing now is softballcenter.com, where the fans can watch it all year round.
Yeah, we've drawn some following, especially for the viewers in Seattle. They seem to like the conference.
Back, and that's gone. The second home run of the inning.
Billy Barrett.
The pitcher with the long ball.
Yep. Billy Barrett's a veteran pitcher. He won the B Worlds back with Bud Light in 2008. He's pretty much done it all. He raises up his game when it comes world time. That's 6-2, Linedrive. I forget that you guys actually have the score on the board. I always have to say the score 1,000 times a game.
If it's up to date, that's the trick.
Right.
Seems like it's a little bit harder to do here than it is obviously at Disney, because even the scoreboard here sometimes seems like it takes a couple players before they decide to add a couple on the board.
I'm trying to think who's running it. Is it the home plate ump that runs it? I think he's got a remote control in his pocket, I think. Batter's Joel Ramos. Probably the last batter, huh? There, Ramos.
The left side wants to know is when is the wind basically playing a factor on any of the fields, and it's really been another day with just about nothing.
Right, this morning it was blowing in a little bit on field 1, which means out on field 3, but right now I don't see anything moving.
In fact, we could use a little wind up here.
Yep, I would say no wind is a factor right at the moment. Ramos going to fly out to center.
That's just the second out of the inning. And we're back at the top of the lineup for line drive. And Large.
Corey Large. Line Drive's one of the rare B teams. They pick their players from a number of different states. Most B teams are more from one state. This guy here, Corey's from Texas. All the teams are based out of Michigan. He does a California chop down the left field line, foul.
So they're teaching the California chop everywhere.
Yes.
You never know. I got a better angle. When you get to running, your eyes are bobbling.
I guess it's a little bit like, obviously I get to see both sides of it, but in fast pitch to slapping, it's a similar thing, except you're not using the dirt to try to get a board.
Right. It's really they're using it to try to not to use up a home run. That's when you see it the most, when nobody's on base. There's another attempt and a foul ball is going to be a strikeout.
So he fouls out to end the inning.
Yep, they're using conference rules with the second strike being you can't hit a foul on the second strike.
Successful year for the conference. Who are you choosing as your dark horse to take the conference title in a couple of weeks?
Conference title, that's always a hard one because the players don't take that tournament as seriously as the major, you know, so I don't know. I think we could have a new winner like a Nordcap win the conference tournament next 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Nordcap might be a favorite. Laser Vision has a shot. And of course, Rismondo.
All in, here we go.
If they decide to take that one seriously, will be the favorite.
Well, any questions for DW, you can ask them on our Facebook page. I know fans around the country always want to get some of your insight on what you've seen with the game. What do you think of the dock cam?
The dock cam's not too bad. It's well positioned. I'd be worried that it's going to get hit by a ball. Being on the inside of the field.
I think that we'll be okay outside of the rare bat that may get thrown back there. This one hit well and into the corner.
Mike Wren with the double. Mike Wren is the emotional leader of this team. He gets them fired up. Middle of the game, he'll go out on the field and start doing the worm and stuff.
They had the jams going at the dugout before the game.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's got a better chance of getting hit by a bat than it does a ball.
Just trying to mix up the coverage now that we have 4 cameras, see where they best can be utilized. Because obviously this is the normal camera that we usually see the pitch on, but maybe in slow pitch.
Man, that's a pretty good view too. You got that over the top of the fence out there?
Yeah, over the top.
There's Dave Moore batting, runner on second.
But obviously, as we get towards the men's major, we'd like to do you know, as much as we can to increase the coverage.
Bouncer to short, he's going to outrun it.
So Wren holds at second. Dave Moore is aboard. It's a good start for Demarini.
Yep. Batter is Orlando Castillo.
Second baseman for Demarini. He lines it for a base hit, and this should score a run.
Six, 3.
Yep. It's always great to see how many people are out at this tournament. See Helmer and folks watching this game down the left field line right now.
Yeah, it was interesting. All of them set up their chairs, Wegman and Helmer down the right side. A nice play by the shortstop, throws back.
That's an unconventional double play.
Yep. Threw behind a runner and got Wren at third base. That's a mistake.
Here's another look.
Nice replay technology. Nice play by the shortstop.
He's got to get the cameraman on the same page.
Got the end of it. Big double play for line drive. Brings up the pitcher, Sean Jones.
At this level, with things being so similar as far as talent, it seems, what do you find really determines the winner and the loser at this type of tournament?
It's really momentum. And there's a fly out to center to end that half of the inning. But it's really, on most fields, it's home run management and momentum. The team that can put up a double-figure inning usually comes out on top.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier one of the reasons why they like playing here at Fortune Road is because of how deep the fields are.
Right. Yeah, standard softball fence is 300 feet. So sometimes for these guys, a routine fly ball will go out of the park or even a line drive. Whereas here the fence looks like about 8 to 10 feet high. And it's 310 down the lines, 325 to center. So the home run hitters come into play a little bit more.
The only problem here in Central Florida is the rain. I guess the only way to solve that is to build a dome. I don't know whether that would be the same issue around the country, but certainly you definitely get a lot of rain here during the summer.
Yeah, most places we go to had a rain shower or two during the weekend. Here it's probably more of a daily occurrence, but what you guys need is a turf field. At least
coming.
Just one even, you know. If you just had one, you could play all the big games at least.
Matt Rear into the corner.
That's foul.
Foul. Have you taken a look at the updated brackets just to see some of the changes that they've made? I know that there's 3 games right now that are going on simultaneously.
Right. Actually a fourth. They added a loser bracket game over here. Yeah, I know Rick was working on it. I think he did update. They're debating whether to play the semifinals at the same time. They did have them spread out a little bit. Line drive to the middle infielder for the out.
Yeah, I guess the big question, it just matters, you know, how much rain we'd get the rest of the night. I guess that's the big determiner on whether you can afford to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Safe thing would be to play them at the same time, because I think we're due for some more rain.
Because you just get to have a super long night. If not,
it's like Shannon Green batting.
And Green, the first baseman.
Fouls it away. What if that thing came back right at him?
Yeah, the view from up high, Christian's almost got struck by lightning last night.
He's up there. Grounder through short and third for base hit.
So Green gets aboard with 1 out. Luke Wright, the catcher now.
Luke Wright's from here in Florida. So as you can see, Line Drive isn't your typical B team. They have players from about 5 different states. Bouncer to second. Rockoff's going to try to start a double play. Safe at
just
first.
short. Doc
See
says.
the replay.
Get it for you. Doc loves when we show replays.
Let's look
But he
closer.
says that most of the time he feels like he's on the ball.
That was a slow grounder. It's just about a tie, which is umpire's discretion.
Well, the tie should go to the runner.
Liner to left center, base hit. Jason Ferguson.
Overall, that is one of the things about this league that the players really do like is, you know, it's not everywhere in softball where you're going to get to see umpires traveled around the country, making sure that things are consistent, for better or for worse. And I think that overall, that's one of the things that players do enjoy about the conference is the level of umpiring that they get in the tournaments.
Absolutely, that's one of the best parts about the conference. The consistency of the strike zone all across the country on the main fields, because you have the same umpires, same group of traveling umpires.
Charlie Anderson loads the bases.
Ryan Parfit.
He singled his last time up.
Looks like the Gene Shop games over there is 3-0. I don't know which team's winning. So it's low scoring, third inning.
Yes, sir.
I guess the softball traditionalists really like a lot of runs, but how do you like the difference between having a 15-14 game as opposed to a 45-44 game?
I think it's good. You know, I mean, we had 4 games last night that ended on the last at bat.
No, it's always, I mean, obviously it's a really entertaining game for everyone watching.
Right. Yeah, it's a little bit better with the home run limits being at 8. The lower scores because of the big field. Rounder to short's going to end the inning with the bases loaded, so Demarini gets out of it.
That could be a big turning point in this game here now as we head to the bottom of the third, where they certainly should have picked up at least a couple more, and Demarini's gotten off to a slow start, but I guess that's where you're saying that the momentum tends to be the real difference maker.
Yep. It's going to be the team that can put up an 8 spot or a 10 spot in this game that's just going to separate. And that's what usually happens. A lot of softball is just momentum. I don't know if it's adrenaline within the individual or what, but it seems like you get 2 or 3 hits in a row, it can be contagious.
The left side wanted to mention, he said that the Cali Chop has been going on since the pre-composite days.
Yep.
Started in the late 90s. Johnny Blaze, they were masters at it.
Yep. From what I know about it, there's some kind of game they play on the beach and has a bat and a ball.
Yeah?
And you swing, you kind of swing under the ball, like almost like a golf swing. I think that's where it originated.
Maybe they're trying to work that into the Olympics and make it an Olympic sport. They like things on the beach. The FIFA, I guess, is trying to get beach soccer in, from my understanding, when I was there.
I never even heard of that. What happens when the ball goes in the ocean?
It'll be out of bounds. Chris Wilson, top of the lineup for Demarini.
Demarini's a little banged up. Chris Wilson had a collision with the center fielder up in Michigan 2 weeks ago. He's actually got playing with bruised ribs. He gets a base hit up the middle. And their 2-hitter, Nick Santana, who's coming up now, he tore an oblique muscle. I guess that's in your chest. He's out here playing anyways, but believe me, every swing this guy takes, he's feeling it.
critical part of the lineup for Demarini, top of the lineup here in the bottom of the third.
Santana swung and just about missed. Is that a strikeout? Yep.
Amazing to see that at this level.
I'm telling you, he's got that torn oblique. I think it's mental almost. He knows it's going to be painful, and he just missed it. Wow. He's had a great season. Rockoff, the batter. Last night, Demarini was trailing by, I think it was 6 runs in the 6th. Rockoff had a big 3-run homer in the 6th, and then a 2-run homer in the 7th. He's already got a homer here this game.
You've got an intelligent following group. They're telling you that the game on the beach is called Over the Line. So we're learning a lot here.
Yep, knuckling liner to left, caught by Large. 2 outs, Chris Larson, the batter. Over the line, huh?
See, being that I'm in Orlando, and I don't think you're anywhere near the beach,
Nah.
it's not a possibility, right?
Yeah, never heard of it until somebody mentioned that to me about the California chop.
Chris Larson now.
What's Larson been up to this game? Oh, you don't, or do you have?
I don't have
A little bit.
his first at bat. I've marked down a few when they've done some big things.
Larson's a Demarini, I think he's an employee of Demarini. They call him factory hitters. Oh, he popped it straight up deep. Back to the fence.
That's a towering shot.
Wow. And see, that would be way out on a 300-foot field. So this is more of a legitimate A game here at this field. And he missed it. I'm sure he doesn't feel like he deserves a home run on that.
So you like to see that overall, then?
Right, I think everybody does. 6-3 here after 3 full innings. So this field is low scoring.
Where's the best place you visited on the tour this year, DW?
I mean, I always like the Smoky Mountain Classic because it's kind of a field like this that's bigger.
Yeah.
It actually goes out to 356 in center. And the sides of the field are a hill. And the fans there in Maryville, Tennessee,
they love the game.
They love the game, so they just fill the sides of the hills. And they play all of the big games right on that main field. So that's probably the best day of softball is Saturday at the Smoky.
Well, here in this tournament, R&M Metals has already advanced. They took down Taija earlier. They'll face the winner of this game, either Linedrive or Demarini.
Yep.
Headhunters, West Shore Pizza.
Right, Headhunters had a 6-0 lead when I came over here. They were up on West Shore. And 454 was leading TaylorMade by a couple. Sean Jones, the pitcher here for Demarini, and Dan Hall loops one into center for a base hit.
So Dan Hall has a single to go along with a home run. And Tom Luna, who had a base hit his last time up, comes to the plate. That's why I didn't park there.
Yep, line drive homer for Luna to right. 2-run shot makes it 6-5.
This one, that was right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, that looked like a no-doubter.
8-3.
Billy Barrett. He fouls it off.
Barrett had a home run his last time up. I think the league likes what you've done as far as the stats this season have been very accurate, thanks to some of the protocol that you've worked so hard on.
Right, all the teams taking pictures of their score sheets, sending them in, and then I put them in a photo album so that anybody can go in and kind of verify what different players did.
Yes, sir.
Looking for a Taija shop score.
Yeah, it's 5-0 in the fourth. I'm still trying to figure out who's got the 5. That's inside. Looks like a full count to Barrett. Base hit center field. Joel Ramos. Bouncer through the left side, base hit. Top of the order, Corey Large.
This could be that big inning you talked about.
Right, 8-3 lead here for Linedrive, 2 on. No outs. Top of the order, so Linedrive, same thing last night. They were in a tight game, and they put up a 14 spot and pulled away. Who'd they upset? I can't remember. Maybe someone at home knows. I always ask the people at home.
Yeah, they've got it all down.
Who did Linedrive beat?
West Coast Dorflinger.
Yeah, it was an upset.
They get it all down. The left side tells us that San Diego has a over-the-line tournament every year.
Oh, and Large just barely hit. He's going to maybe beat it out, diving head first in the first base. Safe?
Yeah.
Wow, bases loaded. Good hustle.
Maybe they want us to come over and cover that, DW, you and me. It's on the beach, seems like that's a positive.
Over the line tournament.
Is that in your wheelhouse?
I don't know. Do they have the internet and power on the beach?
OverthelineCenter.com. You want to buy the rights today?
I'll let you handle that one.
All right. Taija 5, Gene Shop 0. We're told from your lovely group is the score over there.
Okay. There's no camera on that field, so maybe that's coming from somebody who's here at the park. Taija, you said, right?
Yeah, Taija 5, Gene Shop 0.
Okay. Yeah, those are the two teams I had picked to do well on this one. Meeting in the losers bracket early.
There's even a Wikipedia page for it.
Wow.
Have they started a Wikipedia page for you yet?
I don't believe so. No.
The founder of SoftballCenter.com. I know I don't have a wiki page yet. Only 2 Olympics under my belt. Maybe you have to go 3 or 4 before they decide to go that way.
Right.
To get you a bio. Matt Rear, the third baseman.
Matt Rear got all of that one, or did he? Back to the fence and gone. Grand slam.
6 runs in the inning, and it's 12-3.
Huge home run for Matty Rear, who's had a phenomenal season. Shannon Green, the batter.
Popped into right. What a grab!
Oh, a diving catch by the right fielder.
Got to take another look at that one.
Nice.
How about that effort?
That's full out extension there.
And that is just the first out of the top of the fourth.
And it was a tough out to get. There's an easy out. Pop out to middle infield. Bring up Jason Ferguson.
So after 6 in a row reached, the last 2 retired, and there's 2 outs.
Come on, baby. Come on, Ferg.
Is that a replay start button or something?
Yeah, in and out. This is simple, not as fancy as they'll have at some other places, but
bouncer up the middle. Sean Jones makes a nice stab, so they get out of the inning. 3 straight outs after all those runs.
and now this has got to be one of those real gut check innings you'd think for Demarini, trailing here by 9. Obviously, you can go on the run that we saw, in a wild game that we had last night. Our very first game that we had on the field was
R&M.
Yeah, R&M. They were trailing 13-0.
It's a blitz. Yep. R&M came all the way back in a walk-off homer. I think it was Joe Gordon.
Yeah.
Yep. In the bottom of the 7th. Demarini trailed last night to the local team, Jolt.
Did they?
They were down 19-13 in the 5th. And then they had a big 8-run inning. I think they ended up winning 24-19 or something like that. So Demarini, more than capable, but like I said, they are banged up. This guy coming here, Andrew Collins, one of their better players, he overswung taking batting practice, and they're not sure what happened to his hand. He might even have broke something in his hand.
Wow.
So he's out. Steve Lloyd, the batter. Oh, they're down there.
Got Rachel Gushitz here. You've seen some of her pictures over the summer.
Steve Lloyd flies up.
She was told by one of the players last night that she was a canvas.
A canvas?
I don't get it either. Must be some of that new way of hitting on girls here in the...
Calling them a canvas?
Yeah. A piece of art, I guess.
I'm beyond doing that kind of thing, but my younger days, maybe I'd have tried it. A canvas. That one's knocked off at the third baseman for, I guess, an infield single.
That was hit
Terry Baggs.
hard at rear, but certainly a play that was possible. It actually is pretty phenomenal, DW, if you think about how great of defense you see at this level for as fast as the ball travels.
Right.
Short to second to first.
Oh, throws off the line. Fielder's choice. Oh, DP. Yeah. Should have been a DP. Ramos had a bad throw there to first.
Dave Moore now.
Have to get a picture of the VIP tent.
That's where all the matches.
A lot of talent, a lot of softball talent.
There is.
Both organizationally and hitting-wise and sponsorship. Oh, and a great dive by Charlie Anderson. It's deep short.
A lot of talent, and then there's Lori Timmons out there. Making sure that the drinks are cold.
Correct.
Orlando Castillo.
Where is Paul?
He'll be
Got
here
the day
for the
off.
night show.
Oh, he's the night shift. Inside out swing by Castillo, deep and over the right fielder. It's going to score at least one. And just one. We got 12-4.
Yep, 12-4. You know, a little flack last night for some of the folks that love to watch this game, but it's an added tournament. We're trying to give some people some added value, but got to take care of the coworkers too. We want to keep them fresh for the big dance coming up for the men's major.
Right. So they're on a game count?
Yeah, we don't want
Is that
them
what you're saying?
I don't want them to wear out their arm. You don't want them to peak too early, DW, and I'm sure you guys haven't peaked too early on softballcenter.com either. You're ready for the big show.
Yeah, we're ready for the stretch run. It's kind of nicely spaced out. Get a week off in between each of the big tournaments.
Or else, I don't know, it probably would be difficult to do this if you had back-to-back-to-back weeks for this at this level. I'm sure that a guy like Rick Robertson would be a real challenge for him, because nobody realizes sometimes how late these umpires and guys like you that are out filming the game till 1:30 in the morning and back at 8 the next day.
Back at 8.
Toll that it takes on you.
Yep, the umpires actually, you know, they're here half hour before the first game, and then after the last game, Rick has a meeting with them to discuss different things that happen throughout the day. So at 1:30 in the morning, they could be actually meeting about what happened before they even head for the hotel. That shop game is 5-3. Taija, it's already in the 5th inning. What is going on?
They're flying.
5-3. Those are the two, but they're both the hottest A teams coming in. And Demarini's the 3rd hottest A team coming in, and they got 4 runs. Now they got
5 and 6.
Yeah, 6 with the bouncer up the middle. That's going to bring up the pitcher who bats last, I believe, Sean Jones.
I heard you're going to get a chance to go to Tarantino's.
Hoping to. That's a 15? Are you kidding me?
Why don't you go double check for us, Matt?
You may be right.
It has been a feint, but I've almost believed you the whole way that it looks almost like it's broken.
I guess that could be a 15. What do you think, Rachel?
Is it 15
Is that a
out
15
there?
or a 5 on that board? 15, huh? Okay. So Taija is leading 15-3 over Shop.
They also want to know the score of the Headhunters game in the inning.
You can get that off our chat board.
That's on your chat board, they're asking.
Oh. Well, DW2 over there should have that covered. Was he sleeping over there? Well,
He might be.
he's passed out. We actually have a ticker on our feed now.
That's what I heard.
Gives scores and finals.
We almost had to use your internet as opposed to the internet at the field.
I think the Verizon's a little faster, actually.
I would say 1,000 times
You have to
over.
talk to Don about getting one of those hotspots. The iPad hotspot.
Yeah, we had one. In all honesty, we had a hotspot, and then the problem is because the companies on AT&T, they just don't have the same LTE coverage
in all
that Verizon
cities.
has.
Right.
So, you know, we took it to 2 or 3 cities, and you're talking about snail-paced internet speed.
Right.
So,
I think as far as where the conference goes, the Verizon is the best coverage.
is it?
Yeah, we've had pretty good coverage everywhere. Except for North Dakota, which I'm not supposed to talk about because I was an ASA attorney.
That's why.
I was in Bismarck, and they had almost no, like everyone's phone couldn't even find anything. Yes, there were people there.
Do they have igloos there?
No, didn't see any igloos. Charlie Anderson. Charlie Anderson with a dive into first on the dribbler. We've seen more dribblers in this game. It's like T-ball.
The only person you're beating is Billy Barrett. The first person I beat.
You do any T-ball this year?
I did not, but maybe we could expand our coverage to the T-ball World Series.
The Little League T-ball World Series. It's like 15-5, I guess, over there in the Taija game. Shop down 10.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that USSSA starts with coach pitch as the very first level. I think that they forego the T-ball.
A lot of cities are doing the same, getting rid of T-ball.
Line down.
Line out to short there. Line drive trying to add to their 12-6 lead here in the, what inning, 5th?
Yeah, 5th, so critical junction. Here's Rick Robertson with the update.
Grounder past the first baseman down the right field line. Dan Hall with another double.
So they're going to go with the dual semifinals going on concurrently. So you have the DW stream on softballcenter.com, and we'll have the game here on Field 1. We will not have the losers bracket game, but I guess we could. Well, I'd say we leave the camera up, and the problem is it's in the middle of. It'd be pretty tough to turn it on up there and drive all the way up. So we probably will not have a view of the losers bracket game coming up, unless we just put the camera up here where people can see it.
Yep. Luna, the fly ball to right, that's going to be an out. It's going to score a run. Runners move up, 13-6. Rachel posting those pictures on Facebook?
Yeah, the pictures will be on Facebook. She didn't get as many last night just because
it's hard to
the
take
lighting
them in.
conditions just aren't as good here. I mean, I think that for the players, I'm sure because it's a rec ballpark, there's enough lighting for them to play a game, but it's not. The lighting is not real great for television and for photography at night here.
Right.
That's probably the only downside.
Yeah, I don't take many pictures at night. They don't come out too good. Billy Barrett up. Inside pitch. Got him to pop out and end the inning.
And disappointing. Top of the 5th. Demarini maybe has an opportunity now here in the bottom of the 5th. Seems like they have the momentum.
Line drive left the door open for sure. So it'd be a huge upset. I mean, Demarini is the #1 seed for the tournament. Line drive might have been the 13 seed or something like that, 12.
And at least, as you were saying earlier, this is one of the big time carrots, I guess, if you will, for the A teams is bringing home this A World Championship.
Right. All of these A teams try to build the perfect A team with just enough power mixed in with their speed and defense. And they put all their eggs in the A World basket because all year long they're playing at a disadvantage to the Rosmondos and the Laser Visions because they don't have as much power, they don't have as many major list players. So the whole year they play at a disadvantage just for this one tournament, which to me is kind of crazy, to be honest. But that's what they like to do, play for the ring. So.
And we're still at the point where you hate to go into the losers bracket here. It's a long way back. You can lose in the winners bracket final. It's not quite so bad, but here you're playing a lot of softball between getting here and getting to noon tomorrow.
Right, probably looking at 5 or 6 games in a row to win it.
NC Fan wants to tell you that he enjoys the scrolling scores, and certainly appreciates all you do.
Thanks for tuning in.
I mean, it's just been a special thing to just see, I guess, how the internet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys do that. Bouncer off the pitcher, or did it hit the mound? I missed it.
I think it was off the pitcher. Yeah, we have to do the same thing to be able to save
the game. To save the game, you have to
stop the game.
Right.
We can take another look.
Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson was called out on a bang-bang play at first and went a little overboard. On Doc there at first base. He's out.
Yeah.
I have him out on the slow-mo. So
you can see the confrontation afterwards, and Doc Beckwell not wasting any time, telling him he can head to the showers.
Yep. I see Headhunters players over here watching the game, so that game's over on field 3. I'm sure DW2 updated the scroll to say who won that game. Chris Wilson's been ejected. Santana bounces it off of Ramos's glove up the middle for a base hit. Adam Rockoff is going to be called upon here to hit another home run.
DW1 and DW2, you guys are quite the tandem.
Right. I have an assistant for the first time.
Yeah?
All season.
That's the dream, isn't it?
It cost me $308 for the plane ticket.
Yeah?
Yeah. I might have to buy him a meal at some point.
Tarantino's voucher?
Oh, I could use that. Yeah. Did he hit it out?
Yeah, it's gone.
Rockoff with another no-doubter. If they could somehow win the game, Rockoff's working on an MVP. He's got about 5 homers in 2 games. Chris Larson coming up, so 13-8.
He's certainly one of the nicer guys, I think, in the slow pitch game, just in the interaction I've done with commercial shooting, etc. with him.
Right. Oh, he lines out to the middle. Yeah, I forgot. You guys do the commercials with Demarini.
And we got some Worth, some Louisville Slugger, and some Demarini. But I figure the fans at home would just as soon hear you as opposed to the commercials. We got them loaded up. And they'll be, of course, on the video board at the men's major.
Good pitch.
2 outs now. Demarini still trailing by 5. This game's starting to get late in the going. That's a walk to Lloyd's. Going to bring up Terry Baggs.
Let's go, Chief.
It's crazy when you think of what it must take to really learn how to pitch. for some of these guys over the years because it's got to be such an art form.
It really is, and today's pitchers are almost exclusively pitching knuckleballs. So that's not an easy thing to learn.
Wow, up against the fence, it's caught.
That's the catch. Right fielder Dan Hall ends the inning, so some big defensive plays by Linedrive. Keeps Demarini 5 runs down. We go to the 6th inning.
Well, if you want to reset your streams real quick, I know you got to do that.
All right.
We'll bring you back as soon as you're set, all right?
All right, we'll catch up with you in a few.
DW with us, softballcenter.com. Plenty of games going on there as well, and we'll take this moment and take a timeout and a word from TPS.
Hi, I'm Robert Blackburn, Louisville Slugger. I swing the all-new Z2000 because it's a 2-piece bat with a 1-piece feel. It also gives me the 1-piece performance that I like. One of the big improvements of the all-new Z2000 is the larger sweet spot. It helps me no matter where I hit the ball on the barrel. I chose Louisville Slugger because of the great history they have in softball. With the performance of the Z1000 last year, I can't wait to swing the all-new Z2000.
Get yours at slugger.com.
Dustin off the plate here. DW will be back momentarily. We're glad you're watching wherever you are around the country. Linedrive, Demarini for you. We're on the top of the 6th inning. (13-8) here. Draws a walk. Corey Large flies out for the first out. That'll bring Matt Rear to the plate with a runner on second. That's got enough, and it's gone. 15-8. Green now, first baseman. out to right field. Hammond has it for the second out of the inning. Luke Wright now. Completely fooled there, and it's a foul out to end the inning. Well, sometimes the pitchers have everything going. And they did right here. Got a little under that one.
I choose Worth for championship performance. I choose Worth for unmatched durability. I choose Worth because chicks dig the long ball. Be the best, choose Worth.
Lee Powers, Team Louisville Slugger. I swing the new Z2000. The new Z2000 is a two-piece bat with a one-piece feel. One of the biggest improvements in the Z2000 is the larger sweet spot, which gives me more power. Growing up around my dad, he always swung Louisville Slugger, which led to a Hall of Fame career, and that's one of the big reasons I swing Louisville Slugger. Last season, after swinging Louisville Slugger for the first time in my career, I can't wait to swing the all-new Z2000 this season.
Get yours at Slugger.com.
All right, Demarini down to their final 6 outs. And Mike Wren starts off the action here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he's going to pop out for the first out. So Wren is retired and there's one away. That'll bring Dave Moore to the plate.
Let's go, Billy! Come on, Billy! Way off! Hey, make it!
Line to left. I'd like to welcome back to the broadcast the man himself, DW from softballcenter.com, and you were just talking about how amazing this would be if this result holds, as the top seeds quickly making their way into the losers bracket.
Right, the top 4 seeds, Demarini, Shop, 454. Who's the 4th one? Taija. So 3 of those are in the losers bracket. Shop is actually out. So 2 left in the losers bracket, and then Demarini is the #1 seed, and they're on the ropes here, 15-8. 6th or 7th inning? 6th inning.
Yeah, bottom of the 6th.
Bouncer to the middle, Willie Allen, who's a defensive substitution, makes the play.
So 2 away. And Demarini desperately needs a hit here, especially with 2 in scoring position, because they could get it within 5.
Oh, yeah, 2nd and 3rd, huh? How many outs? 2. And the batter is, looks like a pinch hitter. Number 87, I'm not sure who this is. He also pinch hit last night, and I wasn't able to figure out who it is. He bounces to 3rd. Matt Rear makes a diving stop and a great throw. Line drive, making the defensive plays they need to close this one out.
So now at this point, if Line Drive can just get a couple more, I'd say if you got 3 at this point and you were led by 10, you'd start to feel pretty good about where you were. Obviously, anything can happen in the bottom of the 7th, but double-digit lead would be pretty hard to come from behind, especially with the amount of runs that we've seen put up today.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they're feeling pretty good with the 7-run lead, but you add 2 or 3 here, just about over.
Some fans want to know what ball they're hitting here.
It's a conference ball. It's a Dudley 40 core compression. I'd just be guessing at, but I think it's 350 compression. It's a conference ball, the one they've used most of the year.
But I think overall that's one of the things that, again, that they like about the conference is the ball that they hit. They've been trying to engineer it over a couple of years so that it is still pretty good to play with and it's safe, which has been one of the real changes over the years, is people really dumbing down obviously how bouncy the ball is, for lack of a technical term, and the same thing on the bat as well.
Right, the easiest way to control the bats and the bat problems that we have with the composites is changing the ball. So conference actually known throughout USSSA as a better ball than most of the rest of USSSA hits, like the lower classes.
Into the corner, it's extra bases for Jason Ferguson.
He's going to hold a 2, nice double. Charlie Anderson coming up. No game over there on 4 right now.
Yeah, they're asking for a Gene Shop update, but it stays 15-5 in the 5th.
Yeah, they lost. They lost 15-5. They're only playing 5 innings on the losers bracket, I guess.
Okay, just to speed things up. Gotcha.
That's what I heard.
So Ferguson on 2nd. Here's Charlie Anderson, the shortstop.
Hard shot up the middle, but fielded by Castillo. Throws to Larson for the out.
Ryan Parfit now.
Got Parfit played to the left side. I think he's going to go between the pitcher and second base right here. Ooh, not with that inside pitch. Nice shot. Into the gap. Parfit runs well. He's going for 3. He's in. RBI triple. And that's 1 run, but Parfit should score here. So Demarini's got an uphill climb. Going to need at least 9 to tie.
Dan Hall. Seeing him hit the long ball.
Line drive right field. That's an RBI single.
Run number 17 of the ball game for line drive.
Thomas Luna hit a big homer earlier. Should be free swinging here. Gene Shop lost that game and they're out of the tournament. They had about a 20-minute meeting over there on the field. That couldn't have been too pleasant. Deep fly right field.
Does it have enough?
Gone.
Man.
Luna with a huge 2-run homer.
19-8. It looks like the 4 top seeds are going to head to the losers bracket with one of the 4 already taken out of the tournament.
Shocking. Billy Barrett. Field's looking pretty good for all that rain we took.
Yeah, you'd never know,
Nah.
would you?
Looks great.
Yes, the only spot is right behind the pitcher. There looks to be a little bit of a puddle.
Let's see. Little spot of diamond drive. Fix that. Barrett liner fielded by Rockoff for the out. Out number 2, I guess. Joel Ramos, then the top of the order. Base hit. Oh, he stole second on the missed cutoff. Shop is out of the tournament. That is a shocker.
It's got to be one of their earlier exits in a long time, I would assume.
They finished top 5 in 9 out of 10 conference events this year. No top 5 this weekend. There's the 3rd out on a bouncer to the middle. Bottom of the 7th, Demarini's last shot. They need 11 to tie.
A lot of fans coming and mulling around with the 4 Diamonds players, watching all the games that are happening. Now, obviously not the same amount of people we'll see at the men's major with the E Worlds and D Worlds going on at the same time. So
Right.
a lot of interest. Friends cheering on friends in some ways at this point.
Right, a lot of some local players out to see what's going on, and then friends and family. Trying to see if Demarini can come from 11 down. We did see him once in Indiana. They came from, might have been 10 or 12 down against Laser Vision of all teams.
Wow.
And won the game in the bottom of the 7th. They're capable, but of course that was a Saturday night in Indiana in May, and the ball was flying a little bit better.
So we have a 4:30 losers bracket game here, and then did he tell us that it was a 6:30 winners bracket game? Is that what time they're going to go? Because it was scheduled for 6 o'clock.
What time is it?
It's 4:38, so obviously they're not going to be able to get a whole nother game in unless it was a run rule by
right.
6 o'clock.
Unless it's a quick one.
But I guess they're only playing 5 innings, so maybe that helps get you caught back up.
Exactly. I think it's got a shot at starting at 6 because of the 5 innings. Tony Elrod's the batter here. I think is a pinch hitter. To start the bottom of the 7th, Demarini needs 11 to tie, 12 to win. Santana the batter after the walk.
Nobody's ever happy with the balls and strikes being called, are they?
No, and to be honest, they may not even be arguing because they disagree with the call. They're just arguing to like get the next call,
yeah,
to get the next pitch that's close. But it does look bad when they always argue. It's almost a tradition at the upper level. You did that in the E tournament, you'd be tossed.
Out right away, right?
Yeah, you'd be tossed. Nick Santana.
And I'm
He
sure
takes
that's
a walk.
frustrating to the E level sometimes when they watch.
Right, they're seeing a little bit of a different game, but these umpires are definitely the best of the best, so looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. The injured Andrew Collins comes in to pinch run at second. So 2 walks to start, and Adam Rockoff, who's smashed a homer about every time I've seen him
Get
over the
3 of
last
them
2
back
games.
real quick here. You can see Hank Bassett over there, one of the great ones.
Yep. Hank's made an announcement that he's retiring from his job with Louisville Slugger. Did you know that?
I did.
Dennis Turner taking over.
It was
Wow.
in some ways a little bit funny or ironic because DT had put a lot of effort with me about a week before into the Worth commercials,
Right.
only to find out maybe it was 2 weeks before that he was taking over the Louisville job, and we had already created the Louisville commercials. So
Right.
told him we'll have to go to work on him again next year with his creativity.
Rockoff with an RBI base hit there. Brings up Chris Larson. So a good start to the bottom of the 7th for Demarini. A couple of walks, an RBI single. I think Linedrive's going to need some good defensive plays here to squash the run. Still just 19 to 9 though. I think they're arguing about another strike call here. Larson set. That's flat, but he hit it.
Back up 3, Billy!
Well, in Larson's credit, it was more of a question than it was an argument, just one of those, what was it that you saw, as opposed to sometimes what you see where it's more of a he said, she said, I'm right, you're wrong.
Right, I think Billy Barrett might have got him there with the second pitch. Looked like it was inside a little bit, got him to pop up. Here's Steve Lloyd. Ooh, nasty curveball there for a strike. That one's moving a little bit too, but that's a base hit center field.
Now hold with the bases loaded. If you could get a home run here, 6-run ball game. Guess it stops the momentum a little bit, but makes the scoreboard look a little neater.
Got plenty of home runs left. Is this customizable?
It is. Actually, Rachel Goosens created that look.
I'm thinking you could put home runs.
We could.
Well, for the major you don't need it because it's unlimited. But these other tournaments, and Terry Baggs hits it out just fair as the umpire took an extra look.
Any feedback you have?
Grand slam homer.
We got 5 left.
Yeah, when we do baseball and fast pitch, we actually do the bases, but it just gets to be a bit of a challenge to keep up with it as fast as it moves here.
Right. I agree with
So
that.
it's not that we're taking the easy way out, it's that every second somebody's getting a board.
It's a major, yeah. Baseball's a whole different speed. Mike Wren, the batter. Base is empty after the grand slam, so Demarini cuts the lead to 6.
And sometimes when it's just me, even the outs can start to run together, so I appreciate you being with me just to try to keep me awake.
Pop-up, that's going to be out number 2.
Especially because last night, DW, they weren't even putting the outs on the scoreboard here, so that it's always good to have somebody to double-check your work with.
Right. This is an absolute shocker. It's going to open up, you know, Demarini staring the loser's bracket right in the face here. Down to their last out. You got Taylor Made and R&M, I think, become the front runners. 2 teams that have struggled at times during the season. And that's a potential out. Parfit in center field makes the catch.
How about that?
That's your game.
Upset City here.
Yep.
Final score, 19-13. Line drive holds on. Losers bracket, then the winners bracket coming up around 6 o'clock. SoftballCenter.com, USSSA Live.com. Stay with us here in the A Worlds.